The original idea for the first season of Moon Knight was to feature Mark Spector in a romantic relationship not with Layla as we got in the final version, but with Echo, who of course we saw in the first season of Hawkeye, who is also getting her own standalone series. Now let's just say that this would have been terrible. So this was recently revealed as part of what could have been Moon Knight Season 1, and specifically some of the details and the early inception of the project and how they got to, well, where the show ends up. Now, of course, this show was in development alongside Hawkeye for quite a while, and we know that they've been trying to get the character of Echo into the MCU sooner rather than later, because again, they knew that they were getting characters like Daredevil and Wilson Fisk back, they just didn't know when they could put them into a series. So the original plan for Echo, when Moon Knight was first in its inception, was to include her as the love interest, doing the same thing that Layla has done in Moon Knight Season 1, but just have that be Echo, so they could bridge the gap in the characters and get Echo on the screen faster. Now, of course, as they started to develop other shows, they realized that this character does not belong or fit into what we are doing here. Fortunately, at that time, they realized that Jeremy Renner had agreed to do Hawkeye, and that they could incorporate the character of Echo in there naturally if they just explained that the big bad guy behind the scenes of everything was Wilson Fisk, considering that those revisions of the script happened right when they regained the character rights. Now, I think the moment you start to think about Echo in that role, you realize that the show completely falls apart with logic, because trying to explain how Echo, all the way from New York, and her family ties and upbringing and everything would have to be 100% changed from who she is in the comics just to bend over backwards to make her work with Moon Knight. On top of that, Moon Knight's relationship to her would have to take a completely different turn in terms of development and how they explain it, unlike the one with Layla, which just naturally fits in with everything we've learned so far. So you start to realize that Moon Knight and the relationship could have been a lot worse, and the introduction of Echo could have just been something that does not work at all. The character doesn't get enough screen time, and it ends up falling apart, and then doing the Echo spin-off would have been even more complex, especially if you then had to build up this whole entire contrived reason of, here's how Moon Knight leads to Echo, and how Echo has to connect to Daredevil and Kingpin. Like, there's way more loopholes in Moon Knight than you had to do in Hawkeye, in which it felt all natural in.